Welcome, Yasu Yasas, and hello from amigos of Pafos FC. We're here today to have a double chat, one about the game on Saturday, the 13th. What a great number that was for Pafos FC against Apollon, and also about tonight's clash with Panathinaikos. So let's recap on what happened on Saturday. I did say that Pafos had beaten them 5 occasions in the last 5 meetings, and lo and behold, they beat us 1-0. The first half was very scrappy, very restrained. Pafos didn't play like they normally play, I must admit. And I can only presume that's down to the Apollon manager's tactics. Well done. I think they were playing 5 at the back, and Pafos always seem to struggle when they're playing against teams with 5 or more players at the back in defence. It didn't start off very well because all through the first half, I don't think Pafos had a shot on goal, maybe 1 or 2. I've got a clip that I can show you. What happened with Lucasen, second yellow offence, red card for the foul. And I don't know what he was thinking about, to be honest. But anyway, you can see the clip and I'll show it. Yeah, I think he should have been playing rugby for Cyprus. But anyway, so we were a man down. On came David Luiz. And boy, what a different player he is compared to the ones that were on the field that night. Unbelievable. You could just see the way he handled the ball, the way he sprayed the passes around. Different quality of player, and what a buy for Pafos. I tell you now, he is going to be awesome, absolutely awesome for us. We did lose Tankovic to ammonia in the late knockings of the transfer window, and I honestly think that he was sorely missed in midfield. We didn't have much bite in midfield at all, and it showed. Pepe just wasn't being his usual genius self with the ball. It was all a bit rushed, and it was reflected. Second half, we did come out stronger. We did play better. We did make substitutions. Jar Jar came on. Quinar came on. And yes, they did make a big difference. But credit where credit's due. The Apollon goalkeeper played pretty well and kept everything out. Everything out. The referee, on the other hand, what a shocking game he had in the second half. Oh, my goodness. I think it was something like 28 cards dished out, 3 reds, 2 to the bench, 1 to the bench, and 1 on each team. So not a good day for the referee. I don't think he had control of the game at all in the second half. He lost the plot, shouting at players, shouting at the bench, cards flying all over the place. But hey, I'm not using him as an excuse. Pafos didn't get the ball in the net. End of story. We move on now to the Champions League. Panathinaikos kick-off 7:45 p.m. tonight. It literally is David versus Goliath. So, to continue where we left off, Champions League match, Panathinaikos, the Greek giants, playing the young, ambitious Cypriot side, Pafos FC tonight, 7:45 p.m. Whilst Pafos have been solid defensively in Europe, Olympiakos boasts Super League's top scorer, Ayoub El Khabi. We'll have a look at just how good he is tonight, breaking down some facts, recent form, key players, etc. Head-to-head matchups. Pafos FC is obviously slightly younger, ambitious club in Cyprus, only been going for 12 years, but they've made a big impact in the Cypriot League, and also now the 3rd Cypriot team to qualify for Champions League. Smart signings, one of them being David Luiz. He's a massive difference. I've already mentioned that earlier. The fan base is growing every week, and Olympiakos is dominant in the Greek Super League, dozens of league titles, regular Champions League appearances, massive fan base, and one of the strongest infrastructures in Greece. Now, Ayoub El Kaabi was the 24-25 Super League top scorer with 18 goals for Panathinaikos, underlining the threat in their forward line that Pafos need to address tonight. Pafos Champions League qualifying campaign obviously was built on solid defence, conceding just 0.5 goals per game overall, which is quite impressive for a club with their standing and no European pedigree. Other players to watch then from Olympiakos. Rodinei is a leader in assists and provides width and service. Chiquino, who's the creative hub in midfield. Fortunos, who's the veteran playmaker, and he's pretty dangerous from set pieces. Natoi, solid defensive presence for Panathinaikos. For Pafos, David Goldar, defensive leader, aerial threat, although in the Apollon game, I don't know what he was thinking about heading that ball, trying to back to the keeper, but hey, we're all due a mistake every now and again. João Correa, who's the left back or wing back, reliable defender, and he adds goals and attacking width. He has got a good strike on him, as evidenced in the Champions League qualifiers. Vlad Dragomir, creative spark for Pafos, links midfield to attack. If he plays well, usually Pafos play well. Jar, a clinical finisher, dangerous in key moments, but recently has been brought on either second half or around the 60-minute mark to try and change or influence the game. So we'll see what happens tonight. Ivan Sunic, centre midfielder. He's the anchorman, really. He wins the duels and distributes it well. As I mentioned earlier, we have lost Tankovic, and let's see if Pafos have actually got over the loss of him in midfield and hopefully can step it up tonight and turn in a pretty good performance. 11 goals scored in 5 games for Olympiakos, 6 conceded, 1.2 average, 2 clean sheets versus AEK, and they've had some high-scoring matches. Pafos's last matches, obviously the 1-0 loss at home against Apollon, that was a bit of a setback. But other than that, it's been pretty decent for the other 4 matches, which they've won and drawn 1. Strong at home, capable of multi-goal wins, obviously. I think it's going to be a bit of a tall order for them tonight, but football's a funny old game, and I'll be watching it up at the sports bar in Tala, Pafos, tonight with probably a lot of the Ammonia lads and some of the Panathinaikos fans. I've no doubt there'll be a lot of us in there tonight, and it'll be a great atmosphere. So if you feel like coming down to watch the footy at Antonis' sports bar in Tala, opposite Stephanie Hill, feel free to pop in and have a beer. You'll see me in there, and there'll be plenty of others supporting Pafos and creating a great atmosphere. So there you have it. That's the deep dive into Pafos FC versus Olympiakos for today. To recap, Olympiakos bring experience, firepower, European pedigree, and Pafos may be the underdog, but with Goldar, Correa, Dragomir, Jar, and Sunic firing, they're a team that can make things difficult and may even steal a result. Boy, wouldn't that be a turn up for the books. Anyway, Amigo Darren signing off. Pame Papo!